Merce, let's talk about United. They currently sit 13 points behind Aston Villa. No wins in their last 4. A draw against Bournemouth a week ago in the Saturday night football. Ten Hag needs 9 more points from the final 6 games to avoid overseeing the lowest Premier League points tally of 58 from the 21-22 season. Big goal coming in just a moment. For United this weekend, we talk about Europe, but in terms of the FA Cup, were they to lose out at Coventry, where does that leave Ten Hag?
Oh, what, lose out? What, get beat by Coventry? Wow. So I'd be lucky if he got back on the coach. Would you?
He'd be packing his bag.
If you lost that game to Coventry...
Straight to the airport.
Yeah, East Midlands. Straight, yeah. You'll ring up, you'll go to someone, pick my gear up from the draw.
Yeah.
It cannot happen.
But it could happen.
No, it could happen, but there's no way he'll be back in a job. I mean... For me, I think something's got to change here anyway. I think they need someone like Ancelotti in. I know it's a quick fix, and I know Man United don't need a quick fix. But if you watched the game the other night, Ancelotti is getting superstars to run themselves into the ground. Superstars to run themselves into the ground, to leave nothing left on the pitch. That's what I don't see at Man United. I mean, they're going to Bournemouth and they're getting rinsed. They're getting slaughtered. I mean, they're getting hung up. You know, only two... Clinton was saying in the meeting, only one team have faced less shots than them, and that's Luton. Yeah. You know, it's got to change, you know, this. I mean, I feel sorry, the lad slips over, he loses his footing, but still too easy. So, for me, they need to win the FA Cup to have any chance of him keeping his job, in my opinion. But again, it would only have to be Ancelotti. I don't see anybody else going in at Man United. I know it's a quick fix, as I said, but they need to get back to basics, and he needs to get top players that are not even in the same breath as some of the players at Real Madrid to be working like the Real Madrid players are, and I don't see that at the moment at Man United.
But it's been a continuing theme this season, Clinton. Things not being good behind the scenes. A lot of talk in the week about Alejandro Garnacho taken off at half-time. He then liked some fairly critical social media posts from someone about Ten Hag. I mean, he's since taken them away. But it just continues that theme, doesn't it, of behind the scenes at United in terms of the players' relationship with Erik Ten Hag. There's a problem.
Yeah, there is a problem, but that's from top to bottom. But that's why the new owners have gone in there. The likes of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sir Doug Brailsford, they'll go in there and they'll sort it out. And obviously they're trying to make changes at the top, and then they'll work their way down and work into the players, and then work on to who the manager is going to be, whether it's Ten Hag or not Ten Hag at the moment. But yeah, they're not playing to their potential at the moment, these Man United players, nowhere near it. It's going to take a bit of time to get the club where it wants to be. But it's a struggle at the moment. I see Garnacho liking those tweets, but in the first goal against Bournemouth, if he doesn't miscontrol the ball, they don't go and score. So, you know, he sees it Ten Hag sees the picture and decides, you're not really having an impact on the game, I'm going to take off. Don't get me wrong, Garnacho's been outstanding. He's a bright young talent. I think he's a very good player. But as a manager, and Tim will tell you, if you see it on the touchline, you have to call it how you see it and you take him off. It doesn't help, obviously, when the player's liking tweets, but obviously he's apologised. You move on from that. But there is a problem at Man United. Go on,
the problem is the people you talked about there, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and David
Brailsford,
yeah, they've come in. They're not football people.
No.
They're business people.
But then
they'll sort out the other bit.
But they brought in Wilcox.
Yeah,
so
but they need to
Wilcox.
sort out now, make a decision. I think they've got to make a decision now.
Yeah.
Forget about in July.
What, in terms of the manager?
And June. They've got to make that decision. They've got to come out and go, right, he's the manager for the next 3 or 4 years.
To the end of the season?
Or they've got to change it. I think you wait till the end of the season.
In their heads, I think.
Then all of a sudden, they've got to bring players in. This team is not getting into the Champions League next year, in my opinion, unless someone like an Ancelotti comes in and gets everything out of these players. Like, as you say, the tweet, I don't know if that's the kid. I mean, half the people they're looked after.
Exactly.
Their tweets are looked after by other people.
Yeah.
But it needs to change. They need to make decisions. At the moment, it's polyfiller. They're just covering over the cracks every week, cover over the cracks. It ain't that bad. You know, they might end up beating Coventry, you know, which they should beat Coventry, let's be honest. It just covers over the cracks.